Y'all will not believe this, but your boy, TJ Wilson, actually predicted a 12-7 start for this team. And I will show you with my projected weekly totals and the actual results, ending with a 12-7 start for the first 19 games. Give it up to Trevor. Give it up to Trevor. Yes.
Well, I said 12-8.
Well, they can actually
That
beat 12-8 after 20 games because they're playing the Bucks on Tuesday, and that's
right.
going to be a
I,
doozy.
I don't think we will get 12-8. It, it probably. I mean, I don't think we get 13-7. We'll probably get 12-8.
Hey, if you get 13-7, I'm going for everything. Because that means we going to Vegas and you playing against either Indianapolis or Boston in that game. And I still think that's a win in either one of those games. And whoever comes out of the West, I don't know who's even playing in the West. Who cares who's playing in the West? I don't even follow the West. I can't even spell the West. Because in the Eastern Conference and the Atlantic Division, there is no W.
But
Yes.
they're doing good though. They probably should have won. I would say maybe two more games.
Yeah, I agree with it. I mean, they
But
messed. They didn't come out for that Phoenix game, which was kind of disappointing. That was one of them.
their foul shooting has
Hmm.
been really
Hmm.
disappointing.
And that second game of the Cleveland game was disappointing. Those are the two games that I felt they should have won. You know, that Cleveland
I,
game against the
I
Garden,
didn't I didn't see the Phoenix game.
they didn't come out. They didn't come out strong. And Phoenix jumped on them at the beginning of the first half. Again, they had to play uphill, and it was a back and forth in the fourth. And when
But
it's back and forth, you got a clutch shooter like Booker. He's gonna hit them shots
they lost by one or two, something like that.
about by 3 points, 116 and
Three,
113.
but three. Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah, I didn't see that game.
Yeah.
But I agree with you on the Cleveland game. They should have won.
Hmm. I mean, that's the only game I really felt that they should have. Both
But
the
then
game they would.
two, they did win a one or two that I thought they should have lost.
Not to me.
Yeah,
'Cause I felt
yeah.
they was going to win that Phoenix game and that Cleveland game. I felt they should have won that. I was optimistic about New Orleans, but I didn't think they was really going to beat New Orleans. You know, deep down inside. So
Yeah. Well, pretty much they're doing
mhm.
pretty good though.
Yeah, it's a weird. It's weird to. I mean, it's not weird to like this team. It's just I get dissatisfied with how they're playing, but I can't question the results. I want them to play more efficiently because they can get very stagnant in their offense and they can play very selfish at times, which can I get frustrated and I turn off the television and then I turn it back on a little bit later and they up again.
Well,
you know,
I think
it's
I
that
think
it's that it's that frustration that I see when they do stupid things or just do stupid shots. And I'm like, come on, you better than this. And when I turn it back on, they're still doing good. So it's like,
I think oh, excuse me. I think they are passing the ball better than they have been in the past.
yeah. Hmm.
Um I think Randall still holds the ball a little bit too long
Right.
sometimes.
And his assist, although he's getting the assist, it's like, oh, by the way, type of things. It's not like
Right.
he doesn't have a plan going into it. He here's yeah.
Exactly.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's not
Not intentional.
no,
Hmm.
no. But anyway, you had mentioned Grimes.
Hmm. Yeah, I mentioned Grimes, and I'm not that I'm disappointed. Well, I'm disappointed in this way. There was so much made of um his development over the summer that I was expecting a better result during the games. Have a person to be a starting player, still playing 20 some odd minutes a game, and barely taking 6 shots a game. Either your teammates don't have confidence in you, or you're just gun shy. There is no in between that. He's only taking 6 shots a game, and when he does over that, it's when it's like a blowout, or he's it's not defined as to what's going to happen in the game. But it's already predetermined what's going to happen in the game, I should say. So I'm disappointed in his offense. Defense is going to give you effort. Defense is just effort. He's going to give you that all the time. But offensively, he's still a deer with headlights to me, and that's unfortunate for someone who they others boasted about him and his development over the summertime, and I was expecting a different result from that. But he's proven me to be what I said he was going to be, which is nowhere near a capable, um, a reliable scorer in the game.
You think Dante is moving him out of the starting position?
I don't think Tibbs is going to make that decision. Tibbs likes Grimes's defense, and that's
But
always going
Dante
to.
plays good. Dante plays good defense also. He
He
doesn't.
does.
I mean, he's not. I wouldn't say, on a scale of 1 to 10, let's say,
Hmm.
where Grimes is a 9, Dante is
Hmm.
8.5 to. I mean, Grimes is a 10,
Hmm.
Dante is 8.5 to a 9. It's not that much difference in defense,
Hmm.
and the shooting isn't totally different.
Hmm.
So why do you think Dante gets more shots?
He's just more aggressive and more confident in his game. Period. And that's who Dante is. I mean, I said this a couple episodes back. He's been that way since college, since high school. He's been the man, and he's played like he's the man. He's confident in his game.
Yeah, but you can have confidence and still not be successful.
But that may be true. But you also he's not afraid to take those shots.
Again, you can be a
It's two
person
different things. Two different things.
yeah, but you can be someone who's not afraid and still miss.
Yeah, and then he wouldn't be on. He wouldn't be on the. Wouldn't be playing too. If you're going to be confident, just I mean, because that was what's his name? Um, what's the dude name that was on the Knicks? Ah, Trier. He was way overconfident, out of control. He was on the bench. So I mean, yes, I understand that, but Dante's not out of control.
No, not at
Don,
all.
Dante's aggressiveness is within his game. You haven't seen that in Grimes. Oh, can you see this picture of me comparison to where I was? You remember how my camera was all jacked up? My camera is now back to its beautiful, best than ever. Let's just see this handsome guy on the screen. It's such a beautiful thing. Either way, but
You need a lot of help.
there's this crazy stat machine. Um, talks about wins over replacement. It basically shows how your actions on the court contributes to wins.
War.
Okay. For basketball, it's just W win shares or void. Right.
Hold on. Yeah, you can give it. I'm
So I'm going to share this stat. I'm going to share it with one person. And all right, that's should I highlight this? Sorry, didn't highlight. Either way, these are the two. It's just for this game. You know, doesn't necessarily. It speaks. I mean, trying to do apples to apples, but you can't really. We're just averaging out. Um, uh, for 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 um Mr. Dante and for Mr. DiVincenzo. There's a stat. You know, from a defensive standpoint, their defensive rating. You know, Grimes is giving up actually more points per game versus DiVincenzo. And the other side, flip on the offensive rating, he's scoring more than what's Grimes is scoring. But this is what they rate. And, they always go by the numbers and things like that. Um, win shares, you know, for these two guys who's playing basically around the same minutes, um, he has a higher efficiency rating, number one, and then two, from his both his win shares with offensive and defensive, both um, Grimes and DiVincenzo running out. And lastly, on his VoIP, which is basically the estimate of how effective they are in 100 team possessions, throughout the game. Anything over in the positive is great, and the higher the positive is even better.
And Grimes is in the negative.
Is in the negative, maybe minus that. But you look at they do a split between your offensive and defensive VoIP numbers. How do you represent there? He's even down on his offensive side, and barely, a point on the defensive side. But look at Grimes, look at DiVincenzo on the defensive side, 1.4.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what he's supposed to be, that defensive guy. I would expect that number to be flipped, number one, but also significantly higher, as you say. So those are types of things that I necessarily draw based upon the numbers, but those are the things that they use to rate these types of players.
Sure. That they. I mean,
mm-hmm.
that's basically what I was saying. I just
Mm-hmm.
didn't have the numbers,
mm-hmm.
but just from the eye test.
Eye test, you see it.
Yeah,
it's annoying.
Grimes and what's funny? Whenever Grimes shoots, I said to myself, he's gonna miss.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever Dante shoots, I said to myself, he's gonna hit that.
Mm-hmm.
Now he doesn't always hit it.
And there's a stat breakdown. Even more of a easy one-to-one comparison,
Yeah, I see. I don't think his defense should keep him there
Mm-hmm.
because he's not that much better defensively.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? If
Mm-hmm.
it was such a large
Mm-hmm.
discrepancy, you say, okay, hey man, guys, like for example, who the kid in Cleveland, they keep talking about trying
Donovan.
Yeah, Donovan Mitchell. He don't play no defense.
Mm-mm.
So if you saw his numbers, you would
Mm-hmm.
say, yeah, well, I can see why you would start Grimes, for
Mm-hmm.
for defensive purposes.
Mm-hmm.
But Dante's defense is very, very good.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like you're not losing anything,
Mm-hmm.
because you're gaining the offense. But I'm thinking Grimes going to be traded.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Because quite frankly, the one game that they lost recently,
Mm-hmm.
which I thought they were going to lose, and my reason was size. Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
They're too small, man. Because when Randall goes to the bench, and you playing hard at the four, excuse me, they're too small.
Yeah, that is true.
They are too small. They need a solid. They had, of course, they had Obi,
Mm-hmm.
but they need either they need to get a solid backup four, or they need to start using the light skinned brother with the afro,
Sims.
Sims.
Mm-hmm. Well, I like Sims, but
I think
since you said the word, check this out. Your boy, Mr. Toppin.
Huh?
Again, that VORP number for such a lag defensively that they talk about how he was. I would expect a bigger difference
Yeah,
on
it's
there.
not that big of a difference.
Mm-hmm. And when you look at it from a win share standpoint, Obi's number is contributing more, 0.6 more. Even on the offensive side, he's a 5-point difference versus a 3-point difference on the defensive side. So ultimately, there's a 2-point difference. Obi wins in the positive. You know, I'm like, it's funny. You have, at that point in time, you have to ask the question: is it the player or the team? Obi's still getting the same amount of minutes that he got when he was with the Knicks. Basically
Really.
20 minutes, basically 25 minutes a game.
Yeah.
And yet still, the numbers are not significantly different for them to be soured on that type of a player. But again, I'm not the team manager at this point. But I'm just using it as a comparison. They were so high and mighty on Grimes, you would expect a higher production. But granted, it's not affecting the team in any negative way, so I can't fuss about it because DiVincenzo has been a great um, equalizer in that vein. So can't fuss about it.
No, he's been great off the bench. It's just that I mean,
Mm-hmm.
the Knicks probably have one of the best benches in the league. I
They
mean,
play those same four guys. They're gonna play them
I,
same four guys.
I know you don't particularly care for Quickly,
Mm-hmm. You ain't
but
gotta say that every single time you get on
no,
here.
I know that, but I'm just
You ain't
saying.
gotta. If you watch the show, I'm not the biggest fan. We understand it. You ain't got to say that every single time.
All right, I'll just say it for this single time. I know you don't particularly care for Quickly, but Quickly and Dante with Hart, even though in some cases Hart is a little small at the four,
Mm-hmm.
he does make up for it
His
sometimes
effort. He's gonna always give
in,
you effort. That's what he
in
does.
effort. Yes, in
Mm-hmm.
effort. So, but against Minnesota, they were just too big for him.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're playing the French boy
Mm-hmm.
and Cat. It
Remember,
was
that game was a tough game.
it was a tough game. It was
It
a
was
tough
a
game.
tough game. Mm-hmm.
It was a tough game.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but generally he does okay.
Mm-hmm.
I would still like to see a more a 6'10", 6'9", you know,
Mm-hmm.
because he can get a little exposed sometimes. Because even when they played, who did they play the other night?
And remember, that was RJ's first game back from his migraines. So there was going to be,
That's
that
true
issue anyway.
too.
Mm-hmm.
That's true too. But who did they play the other night with the tan uniforms on? They had the tan uniforms.
Toronto.
Toronto, yes. Which I don't know why they had on tan. Why they didn't have on red? That was weird.
Yeah.
but
League is
anyway,
it's a moneymaker.
but anyway, excuse me. Um, he he got exposed a couple of times. With they had these big guys 6'9", 6'8",
Mm-hmm.
6'11".
Mm-hmm.
He got exposed a couple of times. But again, he put such hard effort that sometimes he's going to come out on top.
Yeah, and the biggest, which he saw last year in the regular season, effort's going to win out, which he's going to win out in the regular season. It's in
Yeah,
the postseason when everybody's giving top effort.
right,
Is we have
right.
to offer that other notch that he hasn't been able to demonstrate throughout his career. So hopefully he's got something in his bag that's going to show itself in the postseason, or maybe even in these in season tournaments thing.
Or hopefully they can pick up somebody at the trade deadline.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting. How that's going to play out. Not sure about that.
I think Grimes might be gone, man. I
Yeah,
think Grimes. I think
I mean,
Grimes because
that'd be
sometimes a players need a new um a new place to play
hmm
because the way they're playing is just not conducive to where he's at.
hmm
Like I can see him being really useful for a team like Minnesota, actually.
mm
Like Minnesota.
hmm.
Because he has talent, but I mean, like you said in the past, his jump shot looks a lot like Allen Houston,
It's like Allen Houston, man.
but it don't go in like Allen Houston's.
That may be true, but it's also he's not as confident. Allen Houston, when he was in college was that confident, and
Absolutely.
he was a coach's son. Same thing with Grimes. Grimes was a coach's son too. You know, so the technique's going to be there, everything else, but it's like, how does it manifest itself on the court?
I I, I just don't think I just don't think he shoots that well. You think Quickly is confident?
Well, he's arrogant. He's got confidence. Why you get me going back up in there again, man?
No, no, I'm only asking from the standpoint of why would Quickly be successful with his shooting and Grimes and Quickly don't Quickly does not have the form that Grimes has.
No, he doesn't care.
Quickly looks like sometimes like he's just throwing it up there.
He doesn't care. Yeah,
And he's
so there's some players that's going to have um that it factor to where they don't care if they're if how the coach is going to respond to their play on the court. They're just going to play how they're going to play. They're going to put on the coach's decision to make the decision as to whether my play is going to be effective or not. That's how C quickly plays. Rhymes, he cares too much about. I think he plays too much with somebody else in his head.
like so he's worried about missing.
Mm-hmm. Worried about something. He's worried about something. Because in the off season, there's no worry there.
Do you think do you think having Dante
It could be,
behind him
could be. Mm-hmm.
because like when I think Dante was
Mm-hmm.
like 8 for 12 or
Mm-hmm.
7 for 14, something like
Mm-hmm.
that. No, actually better than that. I think it was like 7 for 9 or 7 for 11, something like that. Very very good numbers for the three
Mm-hmm.
in two
Mm-hmm.
games,
Mm-hmm.
right? I think one
Mm-hmm.
game he hit 3 in a row, one game he hit
Mm-hmm.
4 in a row, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that could,
Can mess with your head.
yeah.
If you're not that guy, that's my point. He's not that guy to worry you to be concerned about how somebody else is going to affect your play. How somebody who's not playing going to affect your play? Sorry.
But you would think your coaches being a
That's
coach's being a
he's not there.
coach's son, but
He's
being a
not there.
coach's son, you would think that you wouldn't have that problem.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't get it.
Now, like I was saying to you before we got on, I have to give credit where credit is due.
Mm-hmm.
RJ's playing well,
Mm-hmm.
even
Yeah.
though even like some nights he's gonna have 9 or 10 points. But even if you look at the game defensively, he's very seldom misses a defensive assignment,
Mm-hmm.
and he's very seldom out of position defensive.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Very
He's
seldom.
playing more connected this
Yes,
season.
yes.
Whether that's due to his lead in time from the off season.
Well, one thing I did notice, he looks slimmer,
Mhm. That's from playing a lot too.
but not he doesn't look skinny.
Mm-hmm.
He looks muscular up top, but like
Mm-hmm.
it's like he's lost weight though. Like he's and add on some muscle. Did you see the did you see one play when he came down and he bounced the ball and spun?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That
Mm-hmm.
that was sweet. I was like,
Mm-hmm.
that was the most athletic move I ever seen him do in the last 4 years. I'm like, what in the world?
Mm-hmm.
It's like he looked like the kid that got suspended in
Oh, John Morant.
yeah, like John Morant on this.
Okay, you going there. What you drinking up in there? I'm the one that's drinking and you making these crazy statements.
No, I mean he don't got that talent, but that spin was pretty though.
Mm-hmm.
To
Mm-hmm.
him, I was like, what?
Yeah, you didn't think you had it in him, huh?
Yeah, it was quick, and
Mm-hmm.
it was like I was shocked.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what he has to do.
Mm-hmm.
Go to the basket. He's shooting between 5 and
He's
seven.
still shooting too many threes for me. He still shoots too many threes for me. 5 a game. I know doesn't sound like a lot, but I think he can
5 a
do
game
better.
is not a lot, Trevor, because if you think about it,
I
that's
know
that's that's
it's
less than
just
That's less than two a quarter,
It's one a quarter. Yeah, it's one a quarter. Basically, and
one and
he's
a half.
yeah,
And technically, but come on, man. I
yeah,
mean, come
just
on. That's not a lot.
yeah,
I
it's
mean, I
just
mean, especially with Randall shooting 15 a quarter.
mm-hmm,
I mean, and you know me, I want to kill him any chance I get.
yeah,
But I gotta give him credit. He is really, really playing well.
mm-hmm,
He's playing well. He's not a offensive liability anymore.
okay,
Now you can say to him, like when he gets the ball, he doesn't do anything stupid.
mm-hmm,
Um, I think he has done. I really believe playing on Canada's team helped him a lot.
mm-hmm. I would agree.
I really believe that. I really, really, really think that has helped him a lot.
Wow, it's an interesting stat.
What's that?
I would have thought this would be the opposite. So for RJ, this is his shooting stats for, and I'm going by my 2 pointers, right? For the career. 43%, 45, 44, 49 and a half last season. Now, when watching him, I'm thinking he has more effectiveness with his 2 point game um, this year, but he's shooting less, 43% in 2 point range this year, which I just watching the game, I don't think that. I
Well, you
thought
know
he was
why
at,
that is.
I thought he was more in the 50% range in the 2 point game.
But you know why that is.
Mm.
He has missed a ton of layups.
Yeah, but it's weird. It's just weird.
He has missed a ton of layups,
Mm.
and it's not really his fault. It's
Yeah,
just
just looking at the field goals by distance, looking at the field goals made by distance, and then 0 to 3 feet away, he's down. All his numbers are down. I thought they were higher this season. Wow, wow. From last year, I mean, look at 49% from last year, 43% this year. Just at the rim. This is at the rim numbers.
I just told you why.
Oh my goodness! But even
Hasn't he missed
wow,
a ton of layups?
wow. It
He's
just
missed
I thought it was better.
he's missed a
Wow.
ton of layups. He's missed a ton of layups. But
Hmm.
but sometimes numbers like this can be misleading from the standpoint of, is he playing better?
Right. Yeah, yeah, right. It doesn't speak to how he got to the basket at that point in time. Is it
Right,
based on
exactly,
which was
exactly.
but my takeaway, of course, he's at the rim and he's still not making a shot at a higher
Well,
clip. Hmm.
a couple of times I would say, let's just say for argument's sake, in the last 19 games, maybe
Hmm.
15 or 16 times, he
Hmm.
got fouled
Hmm. They don't
shooting.
count those shots though. They don't count that shot. If he gets fouled at the rim, they
Oh,
don't count it.
okay.
Yeah, they don't count it. But I'll settle on the fact that maybe it's related to the knee injuries he's had and his comeback from his migraines. I'm giving
That's
him that.
possible.
I'm giving him that.
But you also got to give him credit for something,
Hmm.
for improving
Hmm.
his foul shooting. Was
Hmm.
it 84%?
Hmm. Yeah.
Was it 84 something?
Where's it at? This year, free throws. Uh, he's at 83%. Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah,
Hmm.
got to give him
Yeah.
credit.
Oh yeah. Nah, that's where the makeup has done it. Hmm.
His free throws have really
Hmm.
improved.
Hmm. It's great. Concentration is better. Hmm. Now his
Uh,
overall play has improved. Just his smartness and how he's playing on the court, making better decisions with the ball. Yes, he may be turning over the ball at a two turnovers per game, basically. I'm sure that's down, from previous years. You know, so
I don't think
he's
I don't think two turnovers is a lot.
mm,
That's not a
it's,
lot of turnovers.
but it may not be a lot, but I don't think it's happening at points in the game where is having a negative impact on the team, such as fourth quarter? I don't think so.
No, I would say no.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times his turnover is where he's trying to advance the ball.
Mm-hmm.
So you get a rebound and you try to pitch it out and you throw it over the guy's head, or
Mm-hmm.
the guy's not looking his, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, not Julius where you come down and get five guys on you and you try to pass the
Mm-hmm.
ball.
Yeah, he hasn't had a good game since he's come back from his migraine. His all of his shooting percentages are significantly down, and so that's unfortunate. The migraines did have a hasn't affected his free throw ability because he's shooting still at a very good clip, but point wise and efficiency from a shooting standpoint is all down from the past from since he come back from his migraine. So that could be why the numbers are so down too. Mm-hmm.
Could be,
Mm-hmm.
could be, could be.
But his
Oh,
overall performance is impressive, I would say, for comparison to where he was to where he is now. Mm-hmm.
yeah. Listen, you know how I felt about him.
Yeah, he was no J. Mm-hmm.
Because I was about to get a bat and go down to Madison Square Garden
They probably let you in too.
because he was getting on my nerves playing
Mm-hmm.
number 3 pick, playing like a number 33 pick. I'm like, come on, man.
Hey, it wasn't no Jokic wasn't a 33 pick, so I can't fuss at that. Now he was a 40 something pick. Can you believe that?
What, 47, something like that,
40.
46,
I think
something
it was
like that.
42. I think it was 42.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And and,
Hey.
and I and I one of the best players in the league, if not the
Mm-hmm.
best player in the league.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I heard
Unbelievable.
a very interesting, and I don't know how to take it, but and this is from my guy Isaiah Thomas. I always liked his commentary on the game. Sometimes he goes too far, but I'll take this one for what it is. He
By
made
the
the
way,
made
by
the
the way,
conclusion.
I like Isaiah Thomas. I like his commentary in the game, and as much as I hated him as a Nick killer,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
but Reggie
Mm-hmm.
Killer,
Mm-hmm.
he does a good job as a commentator.
Okay. All right. We'll give it.
But I like him as a Nick killer though.
I'll stop there on the Reggie commentary, but he said something the other day that spoke to what we talking about in general about as to why Jokic is so effective as today. The NBA in the past 20 years has shifted from a very hands-on league to more of a hands-off league, and that's how the players have grown up like that when they get to the league. Whereas hands-on is how all the other leagues outside the NBA are played. Even in college, you watch there's a lot of hand checking in college. The scores are down. It's not as
Yeah,
efficient. In the other leagues, it's very more physical. You can touch the player for a certain extent. And oddly enough, it's funny how those who play in that style, when they come over here, hands off approach, they kill it even more so. And which is for those who are, have that niche. So I don't 100% agree that that's the reason why they're so effective, but it's just an interesting conclusion that was made based upon the assessments of how the NBA is being refereed and is played versus how other leagues are played. I don't watch enough of those non-NBA games to really get a sense. I watch more college than anything else, but I do see a different style of play in college, which is more methodical than anything else. It's not as the herky jerky up and down and go, and more of a control. Mm-hmm.
I also think that in Nurkic's case, he just works harder than most people.
Mm-hmm.
He just tries to improve.
Mm-hmm.
You know, which is all you can ask your player to do is try to get better.
Mm-hmm. I
I
think
don't think
so.
he rests on his laurels.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I think he all right. I got a couple of MVPs. Now I won a championship. Now I won another championship.
Mm-hmm.
And That's the one thing that I give Brunson a lot of credit for.
Hmm. Oh yeah.
The guy who works hard and to be, like he wasn't known for shooting the threes.
No, he wasn't. That wasn't his
All
game.
of, not now all of a sudden now he's shooting threes like
Hmm.
he's Steph Curry.
Hmm.
I'm like, what? You know, but he practiced it. He practiced, practiced,
Hmm.
practiced, practiced, practiced.
Hmm.
You know, and he actually shoots with some form.
Mm.
He shoots with some form. He pops that wrist. Well, actually, it's left. He pops that left wrist. Um, very, very, very pleased with him. You think he's going to be All Star this year?
You know, I don't trust the coaches to give any Knicks credit. I just, it's hard for me to be happy with, the voters, when it comes to this.
Do you think he
Oh yeah,
deserve?
he deserved it last year.
Yes.
Even without with all the other accolades that came along with it, he deserved it last year. So
Well, last year you said that you wanted to see him have 8 assists before he got to the All Star game.
no, I didn't say that. I said to be more effective more effective as a point guard. I didn't say All Star game. No, no, no. Don't
Oh, I
say that.
misunderstood you. I'm
Mm-hmm.
sorry.
Mm-hmm.
I thought we were talking about the All Star game.
Mm-mm.
He,
Mm-mm.
what I hope they don't do. I hope they don't trade Grimes for Mitchell
Mm-hmm.
because that's going to make us so small in the backcourt.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen. They're not gonna be that stupid.
Who Cleveland?
Mm-hmm. Period.
Well, if he doesn't want to stay in Cleveland,
I'm talking about the Knicks.
you talking about the Knicks, bro.
Trading for Mitchell.
You talking about the Knicks not doing something stupid.
Mm-hmm.
They known for doing stupid things.
Here's a point. We Grimes last year, all his numbers were up. Points per game, everything was up.
Okay.
This year, everything is down. Could it just be that one guy?
You mean
What do you think, DiVincenzo? Could it just be that one guy making him think too much on the court? If it is, that's sad. That's your teammate.
but he wasn't. He really, even though his numbers were up, his numbers wasn't fantastic.
But not. I don't care. He's averaging 6 points a game, man. I don't
Maybe
know, man.
maybe he's just not that good, bro.
Hey, I'm not putting that past him neither. I'm just saying. It just is. This is got to be a reason. But so it's going to be hard for this week to get a sense on what's our schedule going to be. We don't know what one definitive game,
Tuesday.
and that's Tuesday against Milwaukee. So that's the only game. Even though it's in Milwaukee, I think the Knicks will be ready for that game. I think they will win this game.
No, I can't see it. Too much at stake. That's $500,000 that they wow, can't even speak now.
Hmm.
Potentially have an opportunity to win
Hmm.
$500,000.
Hmm.
And
Well,
that's
they got to win 3 games to do it to get the $500. Let's keep that in mind. They got to win
I
three games to
know.
do it.
Yeah,
Okay,
but you gotta win one to win the other two.
true, but
So I cannot see Milwaukee losing. They want that money.
okay. I'm going with the Knicks in that game. And
Not
then if they play Boston, I think they will beat Boston. If they play Indianapolis, I think they will lose to Indianapolis because they're too fast. And it's going to be on a neutral court. They're going to be going crazy. Knicks don't play well against teams like that. So if they play Milwaukee and then Boston, I think they will win both those games and go to the finals.
They will not beat Milwaukee. So I won't even discuss Boston or any or Indianapolis because they're not going
Well,
to be.
let it be known that's what the king said.
They won't beat Milwaukee.
Okay.
I would love to see it, of course,
No,
but
no,
they,
no. You can't have it both ways, my friend.
no, I can say I would want them
No,
to win,
no,
but they don't
no,
think I don't think they
no.
will.
Stick by your team.
I'm sticking by it. I
No,
want them to win, but I don't think they will.
no.
What's
They
wrong
beat
with that?
Milwaukee, and if they play Boston, they beat in Boston.
I don't.
They will
They
lose
ain't gonna
against
get to
Indiana.
Boston.
All
They
right,
gonna get to
that's
Boston.
that's my take. They can either be 2-0 or 1-1. You saying
They
they're gonna be on one, on and
once
one, and that's it? Okay,
once they
that's
get
what we're
knocked
going.
out, that's it.
I know. I understand that. I
So
understand that.
come on, man. You think Dame and the Greek
Watch
freak
them.
is
Watch them
no
beat
way,
Milwaukee.
no
I
way.
will be watching that game, eyes open, and when the final buzzer rings and the clock says 0-0, and the Knicks are on top, somebody will be getting a phone call.
What if Knicks not on top? You call me still then? I
Hamina,
can't
hamina,
hear you.
hamina,
I,
hamina, hamina,
I
hamina,
can't
hamina,
hear you,
hamina,
brother.
hamina, 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 hamina. We got my Ralph Random on.
But they ain't gonna be on top, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah, okay.
In fact, I can I can almost tell you they probably lose by at least 10 or more.
Hmm.
10 or more.
Wow, you going that route? Okay,
I don't think they can beat I
okay,
don't think they can beat the upper echelon
okay,
team once those teams decide that they want to play.
okay.
There's no way in the world. They're too small to go up against. You got Giannis, you have
Okay.
Lopez,
Okay.
you have Dame, you have the other dude who
Okay.
used to be with the Knicks.
Yeah, I
Forgot his
know.
name.
The bum
Got his,
guy. Yeah. Yeah, the bum.
you got all these guys.
Yeah, the bum.
You see how big these guys are?
The bum. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you get the bum.
I'm serious, man.
All right, you got it. You got it. That's your story. You sticking with it. I'm happy with that.
No way.
Okay. All right, broski. That's it for tonight. Great getting back with you. Sorry you missed the past couple of weeks, but
Quick
we
quick
good to
question,
go.
but after Tuesday, then what's coming up?
So if they win, then they play the winner of Boston, Indiana. If they lose, they'll probably play a game on Friday at a team that the NBA chooses.
And then after that, they get back on the schedule.
After that, they get back to the schedule, hmm which they'll play on the 11th, home against Toronto, which will be game 21.
So that would be the next win then. No, well, they may win that game that the
But
NBA.
we'll definitely have another chat before that time, so we'll get to that point.
All right.
Because by next week Sunday, we will know whether or not the Knicks enjoyed themselves in Vegas at the finals, or they didn't even sniff Vegas. So either gonna be one or two.
They won't get a sniff.
Okay, that's your story, and you can stick with it.
You'll see.
All right, broski. I will check you out next week.
All right, bro.
See you.